There was a time that Goku showed us all exactly what had been separating him from Vegeta. Actually, there were many.
Hey, mark my words! I'm not going to let them down! Killed Chi-Chi and Goten! And now it's time to pay!
But as time went on, and the humans' influence took over more and more of Vegeta's Saiyan pride, the smaller and smaller that gap between him and Goku got.
Bulma, I do this for you. And yes, even for you, Kakarot.
Did you do to my Bulma? Trunks, why did you... Father, no. Don't do this! You're facing me now, Zamasu! Be careful, Trunks! Please don't!
Until one day, the true difference between them was shattered. Vegeta had finally learned to break the barrier Goku had broken when he was just a child, no longer using his own strength to push him forward. Not even using just his family for his motivation. But now, Vegeta was able to find more power through someone who was barely more than a stranger. But just because he had finally learned how to use the same and the strongest type of motivation that Goku had been using all this time, really just puts them on equal terms, don't you think? Okay, so maybe their hearts are in the same place, but there's still that huge leap in physical power that makes you really wonder. I'm having a special giveaway of $1,000 for the AniFam members. Best way to win is clicking the notification bell. I'll wait for 3 seconds. 3, 2, more details in pinned comment and description. And 1. Ah, is that your only reason? Actually, there's something you've been missing here. In their reasoning for this situation, I've noticed a lot of people going on autopilot. I've heard even some of the biggest Goku fans saying something like, of course Vegeta is stronger for now. He still has his new form. But does he really? We can know for sure if we just pay a little closer attention to their last friendly battle. Once saving Goku's life for this very reason.
As annoying as he may be, I need him in my life, so I have someone who's always pushing me to get stronger.
Vegeta's heart pounded, waiting to learn whatever new lessons Goku had hidden for him. But suddenly, all of that excitement disappeared. Did you notice it? Vegeta's reaction holds a lot more information for us than just he couldn't believe what he was hearing. Remember what it was like for him after seeing Goku's godly form? Vegeta was lost. Training day in and day out, still, he could come nowhere close to finding this power for himself. But then the answer came to him. Literally.
How to speak or what?
Whis, it's you!
As Whis gave him great advice, Vegeta learned that both him and Goku were lacking in a certain skill. Having gained God power through the ritual, Goku had no need to learn how to control his energy. Just imagine what would happen if Vegeta did before Goku even knew about it.
Learn that? I suspect you'll be able to surpass your fellow warrior who always seems one step ahead.
You mean Kakarot?
We said right out the one thing we know Vegeta's always strived for. So don't you think this was a little strange? Knowing he has a form higher than Goku, finally, his bragging rights would be off the chart. Then why didn't he? Could Vegeta also have lost the ability to use his new form? It's easy to get lost in the amount of power and the abilities that come along with the new forms Goku and Vegeta gained during the Tournament of Power. But when you look at how they access these forms in the first place, that's where you'll find the truth. Doing everything he could to hold back Jiren's power, Goku didn't know what to do. Push any harder and he'd have no energy left to fight. Push any less and he'd be obliterated in an instant. But as he raced through his options, he ran out of time, and his mind was forced to make that critical decision for him. And now, it was all over. With Jiren still pushing, Goku had no energy left to move out of the path to the middle of the Genki-Dama. His subconscious could easily tell that, realistically, there were no other options except for this. This is exactly why Goku said he had gained Ultra Instinct accidentally. And didn't Vegeta also lose every bit of energy his body could hold? To say Vegeta had any energy left almost seems ridiculous, until this happened. Clearly, there was, however small, some energy left in him to use. But do you notice what makes that scene so suspicious? Vegeta's last bit of energy was given up in the same episode that he was eliminated, which was a full 5 episodes after he had achieved Super Saiyan Blue evolution. Goku's energy, on the other hand, was used up before he achieved Ultra Instinct. So how did Vegeta get his new form then? Having to use all the strength he could find, Vegeta forced himself back up just so he could say one thing. His body hadn't broken anything close to the barrier Goku's had, but his mind was a different story. Vegeta, the most prideful Saiyan there is,
You're insane! I'm not posing like that!
Gave up on the promise he made here. He didn't care about finding Ultra Instinct anymore. He didn't even care that being equal to, much less stronger than Goku, wasn't an option anymore. All Vegeta cared about was this. You see, the real difference between the way these two rivals attained new power had nothing to do with how much energy they had lost. It's really all about how much danger they were in during that critical moment. Unlike what Goku had experienced, this was no fight or flight response. This was willpower. And do you remember what it was that made Goku prove that all those myths and stories were actually right?
Yes! Help me!
Of course you do. So then, tell me, was this
Goes the weasel.
a fight or flight response? The very basis for a Saiyan to attain new forms is through willpower. While attaining it through life-threatening situations is what made the Ultra Instinct technique so awesomely unique. It's also the answer to whether or not Vegeta can still use Super Saiyan Blue evolution, because his rise to power wasn't an accident. But let's not forget, Goku can still use Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken times 20. Well, why is that important to remember when it comes to seeing how Vegeta surpassed Goku? Because of this moment right here. After going through way more than any other person in this tournament, it's no wonder we were so excited just to see Goku using Kaioken again. But standing beside Super Saiyan Blue evolution, the first form we had ever seen Vegeta attain completely for himself? Vegeta would be the one in the spotlight this time for sure. Or maybe not. His new form was the ultimate disappointment. Why would the creators give him something so awesome if it was just gonna be equal to Goku's Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken times 20? The only reason that actually makes sense, even though it didn't look like it at the time, is that Super Saiyan Blue evolution really is stronger than the highest power Goku's currently able to use. But here's how we can know for sure.